Hello everyone, back to you in today's video. We're going to do the 5-day forecast today. We're going to have a detailed look at weather for the next 5 days across the British Isles. Weather's turning unsettled, I'm afraid. We're going to have some really windy weather across parts of the country tomorrow. And then really it's a case of showers or long spells of rain coming up for the next few days. We're getting a little bit better over the weekend across southern parts of the country. Now, for example, I just want to mention websites I'm using for the video. Got the radar picture here coming from the UK Met Office. I'll have a look about it in a moment. We've got charts coming from weathercentral.de and weatheroutlook.com. You can find all of those websites on my links page. I want to mention my mouth, it's a little bit sore, so I'm having a bit of a speech impediment while I'm doing this video. Hope you can understand everything I'm trying to say and get across. So, this was the radar picture at 6 o'clock this morning. We had a band of rain coming across Ireland, England and Wales. Some of that rain was quite heavy, but as we move on through the morning we see that rain has pushed north-east, was still quite heavy around southern Scotland, northwestern England, but for other parts of England and Wales the rain is light and patchy, moving out of the way into the North Sea. Then we've got these showers following on behind. Some of those are quite heavy coming into the north of Wales and around the Irish Sea. So this is today's pressure chart. We've got this area of low pressure tipping west of Ireland, 985 millibars, quite a deep area of low pressure. That's taking a weather front northwards and eastwards across the country. That's bringing the band of rain. And then the showers are following in behind. Now this low pressure is going to really deepen overnight and into tomorrow, and it's going to move eastwards. We'll have a look at it in a moment, and that's going to bring another area of heavy rain in, and also some very windy weather as well. But for the rest of today, we're going to find that band of cloud and rain moving further north and east across the north-east of England and Scotland. The rain across England and Wales, as I say, is moving out into the North Sea, becoming light and patchy. Many showers following on behind us. Those showers are going to be quite heavy, but there will be some sunny spells breaking through the low cloud through the course of this afternoon. It's actually quite warm today, despite the fact we're under this low pressure. There's a lot of cloud around. Temperatures are still doing quite well. They'll be up to around 16, 17, 18 degrees, and probably feeling quite humid as well. As you go through tonight, that low pressure is going to deepen as it moves in towards Iceland. Look at these tight packed ice bars coming into Ireland and southwest England. It's going to get really windy down there by the end of the night with gales, possibly up to severe gales for southern parts of Ireland, but gales around western and southwestern coast. That will be bringing heavy rain across Ireland, and some of that rain will start to move into the far southwest of England as well. Elsewhere, the showers will die away through the evening. We'll have a mainly clear and dry night overnight, but it is going to be a mild night with that wind, temperatures holding up at around 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees, so no problems with temperatures tonight. Now look at this low pressure coming across the country tomorrow. Really tightly packed ice bars on its southern flank. It will be a very windy day across England and Wales with gale force winds likely through the channel around those southwestern coasts of southwest England and South Wales. This low pressure will also be bringing some heavy rain as well, so we're going to have a wet start across Ireland and southwestern parts of England with those gale force winds. The rain will move northwards and eastwards through the country during the course of the day. Probably not getting into the east until late time, probably into the evening, probably rising to eastern England and parts of eastern Scotland, but the rest of the country will have some really quite wet weather tomorrow. And the winds remain being across England and Wales, very windy, with the risk of gales around those southern and southwestern coasts. It'll be a cooler day as well tomorrow, cooler and fresher with temperatures in the south around 13, 14, 15 degrees, in the north around 9 or 10. That low pressure will move away to the northeast overnight into Thursday, and then on Friday we're left in this westerly flow across the country, bringing another little system in from the Atlantic on Friday. So the last of the heavy rain and gales clearing southern and southeast parts of the country through the course of Thursday night into Friday morning. That'll clear away, and they're probably not a bad start to Friday with some sunny spells, showers around western coast. But as this weather system that's indicated here by these kinks in the ice bars comes in, the showers will merge into longer spells of rain in the west. Some of those longer spells of rain will be quite heavy, and they'll push eastwards across the country through the course of the day, with more sunshine showers following along behind. Temperatures on Friday really quite disappointing, around 8 in the north to around 13 or 14 in the south, a little bit below where we should be for the time of year. Low pressure very much dominating as we go into Saturday. Saturday does look being another very showery day. Showers of longer spells of rain, really difficult to sum it up in much more detail than that, but expect quite a few showers, some long spells of rain as well. Pretty pretty breezy still across the country, quite tightly packed isobars. Not as windy as it will be on Thursday, but nevertheless still quite windy. Maybe up to gale force around some of those west coast, certainly in the more heavier and squally showers. Temperatures on Saturday again really quite disappointing, 8 to 14, just about sums it up. Now certainly probably the best day of the weekend, because we get this little ridge of high pressure just starting to build in across the country, just kicking off showers. There will still be showers on Sunday, I think, particularly in the north and the east, but a lot of places will probably be dry on Sunday, with some sunny spells, but the next low pressure is developing up to the northwest. That will probably be bringing some cloud rain into western Scotland and Northern Ireland by the end of the day. But elsewhere, I think Sunday does hold the prospect of being a better day of the weekend. Not by any means very good, but certainly a better day of the two over the weekend. Temperatures on Sunday just looking up a little bit, up to around 16 degrees in the south, 61 in the north, probably around 10 or 11. And then on Monday we end the forecast period with a ridge of high pressure actually to the south, but the low pressure is to the north. So really it's a north-south split with England, Wales, probably getting a lot of dry weather with some bright sunny spells, whereas Scotland and Northern Ireland windy, cloudy, with outbreaks of rain. Temperatures around where they should be, around 12 to 17 degrees. If I have a look at the charts for the weather outlook, this is the chart for today. We've got the rain across the country. A lot of this is rising patchy across England and Wales. Of course, it's heavier up to the north. That'll be moving out of the way into the North Sea through the afternoon with some sunny spells coming through, but still showers scattered around. Very windy on Thursday. We've got that heavy rain coming in from the west during the course of the day. Probably not arriving in the east until in the evening, but the main thing is the wind across England and Wales. It'll be very windy with gales around all of those southern and southwestern coast. Do take care. You're off out on the sea tomorrow. For Friday, well, the rain and gales move out of the way, but we've still got a very showery day. Showers along spells of rain, probably a band of rain coming in from the west through the course of Friday afternoon. Temperatures are quite cool. And into the weekend, very showery on Saturday with showers, long spells of rain, very disappointing temperatures. A little bit better for Sunday, still some showers in the north and the east, maybe some longer spells of rain coming back into western Scotland later on. But I think we get the best of it on Sunday with fairly decent sunny spells and temperatures lifting up a little bit. North-south split for Monday, mainly dry with sunny spells and warming up a bit in the south, but still showery and quite windy up in the north. So we're into an unsettled period now. The dry, warm weather that we had over bank holiday and into the start of this week is gone, and we're into a much more unsettled pattern now with breezy weather, windy weather, gales likely around southern and western coast tomorrow, and really it's a case of showers as long as spells of rain over the next few days. So much more unsettled conditions coming up. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.